Hail and well met friends! Andang here for another episode of LOTRO Players Adventures. And we got a really big group this week. We have 11 people. That's kind of awesome. It's been a while since we've had this big of a group. And so, let's talk to this silly ranger and get this underway.
So who's...
Who's on torch duty?
I guess I'll do torches.
Okay.
Pineleaf's good at torches and catapults and
I'll tank as much as I can.
everything.
No promises.
And again.
Oh, okay. You already got someone doing it. Oh, they're Nemesis. That's great. Okay.
Alright. So what I've done this week, did a few things. I guested on the first episode of Guild Wars Players News, which was a lot of fun with Sithrith. And also
We got a Drake
finally put together the, finished editing the final episode of Tropico, my Tropico series, so that will be coming out this week, sometime I think near the end of the week.
Is there a second lieutenant?
Oh, this is the first lieutenant.
I don't know. I'm focused on killing a dragon.
Okay, I just want to make sure that we didn't have a more dangerous lieutenant out there.
Then a dragon?
Ouch. That hurts.
Well,
That hurts the
if we
dragon.
suddenly saw blades fall on it because there was a priest of vengeance.
Yeah. If there was, you'd know because I'd be dead already.
Okay, you got a point there.
That's like saying, Pineleaf, we might not want to stop the dam that just broke because the city might be on fire. Someone go check.
Okay.
Just like to point that out.
Oh, hey. Campfire people.
People love the campfire.
Who am I competing with for aggro?
There's 11 people here, so
I know, but
Take
like
your
there's
pick.
someone who's tanking and it's bothering me.
I mean, for all we know, Athelros might be tanking. He's level 100, so
Oh, it's that champion. Okay.
yeah, you could probably go DPS.
I could, but
Yes.
there's this guy who's bothering people. So.
Bothering people by,
Yeah,
doing what he's
throwing
supposed to
stuff
do.
at people. He's being mean. We gotta fix that.
Yeah, I wish you'd stop stabbing me. It's kind of mean.
Kind of.
Just
Not
just,
Only
entirely.
kind of.
Just kind
Not
of.
entirely.
just a little miffed from those mortal wounds you just gave me.
A little
We have a okay. We have a courage breaker out.
Oh, okay.
You know what?
You guys are just a little bothersome.
You know what I think I need to do?
What do you need to do, Ending?
On
I
your pet.
think I need to do that.
Okay.
Because Pineleaf should definitely be the assist.
I need to be the assist.
Mm-hmm. What else did I do this week? Not that much actually. Mostly just getting ready for finals, which are this coming week. So wish me luck. Shouldn't be too challenging this semester, thankfully. So gonna do that, and then once that's over, I will be playing tons and tons and tons and tons of
Speaking of
games.
priest of vengeance,
Oh goody.
Those
He's not
campfires keep
vengeancing
burning
on
out.
anyone.
Go figure.
okay, looks like we've got someone doing that.
So anyway,
Not actually use his ability the entire fight.
That's rather unusual.
I think he got killed before then.
speaking of unusual, Pineleaf, what have you done this week?
Ooh.
You haven't made
Alright.
him go like non-last for months.
That's because people always complain when he doesn't, but this week, it's your time to shine, Pineleaf.
All right, we'll start with Arkenstone then. On Arkenstone, I ran a few quests with my Bjorning. I've finished. Let's see. No, I'm in the Lonelands right now. That's right. I was doing quests within Oscaruth, doing the ones with the spiders. So killing lots of spiders in Oscaruth is the main thing I was doing on Arkenstone. On Estelle, I reached level 17, and I'm just ready to get onto the epic, the part where you do the Horn Call of Buckland. So soon be going into the Old Forest and the Barrel Downs then, and all that stuff on there. On Landreval, I completed Volume 3, Book 3, and I'm in the middle of Book 4 right now.
Wow.
On Gladden, my Bjorning, continuing with my Bjorning on there, and I'm just getting ready to do some quests for Odso's camp, and soon we'll be doing a Blade for Life, which is why I went to that area. Let's see, so and then pretty soon I'll be heading out to see Tom Bombadil there also. So I have a couple places where I'll be getting ready to go out to see Tom Bombadil. And that's my Bjorning on Gladden. On Winfala, my Bjorning reached level 42. I reached Kindred with Evendem. I did a few quests in the Misties, and then I headed out to Angmar. So I'm in Angmar right now, getting ready to start the quests there.
Wow. That's crazy, Pineleaf.
What?
Already your Beorning's up to there, plus you have 2 other Beornings and all these other characters that you're leveling at the same time. That's amazing.
While he may not be the first person to get a Bjorning to 100, you'll probably be the first person to get 2.
Definitely the first person to get 3. And for sure the first person to get all
We
91
have a
Beornings.
primordial wrath over here.
Ooh, Primordial. Yeah, okay, we better. Thank you for the message.
Because the thing is, Pineleaf
didn't
has to
notice that
show
giant spinning
that he
wraith.
really likes the Beorning more than any of the other classes. And so that requires creating more Beornings than any other class that he has. So,
Well, it'd be tough for me to create more Bjornings than any other class, considering the number of warrants I have.
it's a task, and you might achieve it, you might not. There's a lot of fire
And,
here.
and especially in the next few months, the number of minstrels I'll be creating for the music tour that we're doing for the TSO. Or I think it's technically Buggison's bands that's doing the tour. And let's see, what else do we have here? Also, on my Warden completed the Peligir quests, and
Nice.
I ran Trouble in Tuckborough a few times.
A few times.
Yeah.
It's only, 100, but it was just a few.
All right. And that's it for Lotro. Then let's go to other games. On Sproggy Wood, I completed the game in easy mode, and I did the first 3 quests for all 6 classes. So maybe soon I should be attempting to do a... Okay, I'm heading out to collect the encounter.
By collect, you mean set him on fire.
Yeah.
I'm sure he appreciates your definition.
Yeah. So therefore I complete that in easy mode, so maybe I should go about... Well, I'm trying to think whether I'm going to start doing normal mode first, or if I'm going to see if I can get all 6 classes through the entire campaign. I was trying to
That'd be
get the archer through the 4th quest, and the archer was getting beaten to a pulp whenever I tried to go in there. See, I did the few daily challenges in Spelunky, and I rarely get very far in that. I started playing, well, apparently a Christmas spirit sent me a copy of Lego Hobbit. The spirit of ending past or something like that.
All right, what'd you think of it?
Well, sounds like typical to my abilities with Lego games, and that is I am completely incompetent in them.
Are you having problems with the...
Do you play with the keyboard, I assume?
Actually, I was playing with a controller, but I'm still completely incompetent at it, no matter
That's
how I
surprising.
play it.
Oh.
And anyway, I've only had about half an hour with it so far, so I've gotten through the first 3 rooms. I have no idea whether or not it saved the game or whether I'm going to have to start from scratch again next time I play it. Because I know in Lord of the Rings, if you didn't find the shrines and save it, you had to go back from the beginning, and I didn't see any
Right.
shrines in Hobbit.
If you were in the middle of a level, then yeah, you probably have to start over again.
Well, I don't know where the levels start and end. If the entire prologue is a level, then it's going to be a long time before I finish it.
You mean you're still in Erebor?
Yeah.
Then yes.
Yeah,
That's
so
one
therefore
level.
I'm going to have a point when I have enough time in order to get through all the way through Erebor, if you have to do all of Erebor before.
Well, maybe when you're
Oh.
not leveling those 3 Beornings.
Yeah. Okay, but anyway, it'll probably be... And then yesterday I got a new game called Fight the Dragon.
Okay, then.
You
Okay,
saw the
what-
wretched falconer.
What got... Oh, was that for the Falconer or was that for Fight the Dragon?
I thought that was
Don't
for
know
Fight
of
the
Fight the
Dragon,
Dragon.
and that was very funnily timed. Anyway. Well, what is Fight the Dragon, first of all? Because I've never heard of this game.
Alright, it's sort of a hack and slash action RPG. Sort of some style of it is... It's sort of a mixture of various styles, I guess. I think one person called it a marriage between about 3 or 4 different games. And this is the child that do have. I know Diablo is one of those games that they're talking about because it's the first thing that I was
Okay.
thinking about when I saw it. And you control a character, you go about doing quests. And the thing about the quests in here is that they're fairly short quests in there. A quest in there is about 15, 20 minutes maybe. So they're not big, huge, long quests like you would have in Diablo. They're fairly short ones, and then you go back home afterwards and you do another quest. And the thing about this is that they also have community-made quests, which are sent in there. And of course, when you have community-made quests, they're a mixed bag. Like, I tried one where it was labeled level difficulty easy. I had more trouble with it than... I'm sorry. If something's labeled easy, I do not expect it to be impossible. So some people in the community need to pay attention to how they label these things. But I did try one that was labeled... Now, this was one from the designers that was labeled something like either challenging or very difficult. I forgot the exact wording they used on it, but it was very challenging. I've just barely got through it with my last life there. So, but so therefore, it's nowhere near like a roguelike or anything because you do get several tries.
That
So,
sounds like a
and
combination of
that
a lot of
is
games.
yeah. So there, and the ultimate thing in there is that they have this dragon arena where you can go, and one of the things you earn when you do your quest is a ticket into the dragon arena, and you try to kill this dragon that has 1,000,000 hit points. And in this game, hit points is not a game with huge numbers of hit points. I think right now I have 42 hit points and I'm level 4. So it's not a so it's not one of those games where you expect to have several thousands of hit points. So 1,000,000 hit points is a lot. And but it's cumulative, so therefore over your history of the game, you go into there, if you knock down, let's say, 50 hit points, then it'll be at 999,950 the second time you go in there. And so therefore you hope over the time of your game career to slowly whittle them down.
That's interesting.
I have no idea what happens when you finally manage to kill the dragon, but it'll be a while before I'm ready since I'm only level 4.
There's
Four,
probably
so-
another dragon with 2 million finally.
Yeah, maybe there is. So, and let's see. And I think that includes everything.
Alright, you had a busy week. Alright, well, Athelros, what have you done this week?
I think you know what I've been doing, but I will say for everyone else, I guess. Like Pine Leaf, I did receive some Hobbit-themed Christmas spirit. I think I've played a little more of it than you have. I think I'm about 17 hours into it.
Just a
Yeah,
little
that's
bit more.
a little bit more than I played, yes. For sure.
Yeah, so I've beaten the main story. Into the post-game stuff now, so I've got most of the characters. I'm working on getting the well, for people who know how these games work, all the side quests and the collection stuff. It's
The stuff that I've never seen in any Lego game because I've never gotten very far.
It's very lengthy.
yeah, pretty much. It's for the most part similar to Lego Lord of the Rings for people who've played that. It does a few things differently, which is kind of weird. It has this resource system where you collect stuff and you spend them on building stuff or on side quests. It's just weird. It's also kind of buggy. I've had my like cinematics go black screen when they shouldn't have, and stuff like that. Performance too is kind of worse. But it's still fun. I enjoyed it. Outside of that, I haven't played LOTRO at all. Guild Wars 2, I started a Sylvari Mesmer on recommendation for that class. It's been fun. Level 10 on him so far. I'm probably going to at least get him out of the first zone just to see how I feel at the combat. The cloning system seems quite fun to me, so I'm enjoying him so far. And other than that, just I started playing Phoenix Wright again because my save file got missing somehow, and I need to go through that to get to the last mission, which I didn't do before. And that's it.
Wow, that was a busy week for you, Athelros.
For me, yes, it is.
Alright, and Drac, what have you been up to?
In LOTRO, my Runekeeper on Landrable, which I just happen to be playing as we speak. Hit level 75, got the Worsted, did all that fun stuff. And my Bjorning on Arkenstone hit level 16. So I'm not like Pine Leaf, I don't have multiple Bjornings at like various stages of the game. That's my only Bjorning so far. I am enjoying it a lot, though, even though I'm only level 16.
Yeah, I keep on checking the guild list, and it looks like every time I turn on the guild list, he just leveled, so he's got a new level.
And as far as Lotro, that is pretty much it. I played DDO, of course. I played Guild Wars and Guild Wars 2. And I also decided, since DDO is going to be bringing out the Temple of Elemental Evil in their next patch, I dug out my Temple of Elemental Evil game that came out a while ago. I think it was, can't remember when it came out. It's an really older game though. And installed it and started playing through that again, and it is as fun as I remembered it was. And pretty much that's all I've done this week.
I think you did a little bit more, Drac. I think there
Uh,
might have been, something with Sithriff that.
Oh yeah,
Even
well,
I knew that.
I figured Sithis would talk about that, so I didn't say anything about it.
I thought you were going to talk about what the Christmas spirits brought.
Well, there's that too, but we don't need to talk about that. Anyway, Sithrith, what have you been up to?
See, I was leaving that for her to say because it's kind of her.
Technically, our ending already talked about it. So.
I did
yeah.
already talk about it, and so that's why I figured Jack would talk about it too. But apparently he doesn't need to talk about it.
But see, when you talked about it, you didn't include me in it. You just said her, so I said, well, fine, whatever.
I don't remember that, but maybe.
It's true.
I'm not sure who's supposed to be offended right now.
Pretty sure everyone's just offended by everybody, but that's pretty typical for this show anyway. So.
Are you saying that we periodically offend people?
Well, it's more just us versus Athelros, but yeah. So, anyway, what have you done this week, Sithos?
Yeah, so I guess I podcasted, and
You did?
I almost didn't because
Yeah, why don't you talk about that for a
I
bit?
don't know how to tell time.
We didn't have Pine Leaf. That's the real problem. We did not have Pine Leaf doing the
Yeah.
countdown.
I thought that the show was supposed to start an hour later than it was, so I thought I had time to go to the bank, and I got back home, 5 minutes after the show was supposed to have started.
Yep.
Not 5 minutes before the call was supposed to go out, 5 minutes after the show was supposed to have gone live and started. Because I don't know how to tell time.
Well,
And
For the
In other
first
words,
episode.
on the first episode. And then during the episode, somebody was knocking on my door and ringing my doorbell also, so that was distracting and caused me to accidentally mute my mic for 5 minutes. It was a good first episode.
It was a first episode, yeah. That's definitely true. It is coming from the west a lot.
Which is great.
It is great.
Yeah,
We don't have to
just
move.
Don't have to run around everywhere.
But other than all that stuff, it was actually a pretty good episode with Drac and Anding. And yeah, so that was Guild Wars players. And you should go listen to it and or watch it.
is it Guild Wars players or
And-
Guild Wars 2 players?
It's Guild Wars players.
So it includes both. all
We're
Guild Wars
inclusive.
games.
Yep,
Okay.
and if there's ever a third one, we'll report on that too.
Keeping our options open.
Though I have a better
Although
name
currently
for it, but never mind.
What,
No,
the
go ahead.
Felicia
Go
Day-
ahead,
we
Drac.
we all know what you would rather. Or I guess me and Ending mostly. Just
Tune
know
in
what we would
Thursday
rather,
and you'll
but
you'll find out. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes, you will.
tune in every Thursday for the Felicia Day show.
Oddly enough,
Yeah.
not starring Felicia Day.
Also, yesterday was Crate Day here in New Zealand, which is the first Saturday of December. It's the first Saturday of the summer. It's called Crate Day because I guess the idea is that you're supposed to drink a whole crate of beer, but I don't know anybody who actually does that. But we went to a big kind of barbecue party, and that was fun. So, yay, summer, Christmas.
Barbecue party in New Zealand. What a thought.
Yep. Lots of venison steaks and venison sausages, and someone in the morning had went out fishing and caught a kingfish, and so we smoked that. It was tasty. New
Wow.
Zealand's pretty good for stuff like that.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. You're
Other than
making me
that,
hungry, Sithruth.
sorry. Um, Played a lot of Guild Wars 2. I leveled this Sithruth to level 69. Um, Mostly a lot of Guild Wars 2. And that's it.
All right. And Sprydra.
This week I played a lot more League of Legends. I gotten to I think Summoner level 6, and I've decided to play like support class on that, and
All right.
I'm
We'll
not
get
sure
to
if I want to
Central
go
South.
online yet at all
Yeah,
because it's scary.
it is. I ended up angling towards support too.
Because I'm thinking
And-
about staying offline as long as possible until I feel confident. Because people are scary.
Especially as a support, you tend to get abuse a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, I haven't tried any other. I mean, I've tried ADC, but people get mad at you for that too. So it's just like you can't.
They get mad at
win.
you for anything, but I think
Yeah,
supports
that's why I've
and
stayed away from
jugglers
that
tend
game
to
for
get-
so long. But in LOTRO, things are much nicer. So, and I got this character up to level 69. I ran Turtle twice on 2 different characters. I ran Watcher on my Burglar with a bunch of people. And so that was much more enjoyable than very stressful, why are you what? Go away, noob, that sort of thing. So, yeah, much more fun.
All right. What else? Anything?
That's pretty much it. I did not get a present from the Spirit of Christmas, so I have a feeling I already know what my gift is going to be from ending. So,
It probably is actually going to be something else, but we'll see.
gee.
But it's going to be a physical thing, so that we'll
Oh,
have to
physical things
wait
are better.
until Christmas time. Yeah.
I will
'Cause-
gift you a theory.
He just botched my theory. That's okay.
And we're already done with what everybody's done, and we're half an hour into the show. What's going on?
It's because
Okay,
Pine Leaf
yeah.
went first.
And, we're not doing the toughest thing in the world either.
Yeah.
Especially with the double Warmaster Lightning.
Completed Enmity of the Wolves 3.
Oh, that's a good thing to complete. What race has Enmity of the Drakes that takes forever?
That's
That's elves.
Elf.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
sucked.
I
remember
I
having to
certainly
do
know
that. It
that
was
because
horrible.
that's my lore master finished that. I think it was like level 85 or level 95, depending whatever was the cap in those days. And I finally finished it while running Siege of Gondaman, actually.
I hate this skirmish.
I had run that sort of breaching the Necromancer's gate just before Assault on Ringway's lair. So I thought, look, this will certainly finish it off. But no, it was one short, so we ran Gondaman.
Pineleaf, I don't think anyone's surprised that this happened in a skirmish. Silly mountain Hinderwall.
Why would you make a bird a lieutenant?
Why'd you make a turtle a lieutenant?
Why'd you make a toad?
Sauron is an equal opportunity employer.
Are you tired of your other dwarf friends discriminating against you? Well, don't worry about it in Sauron's new army, where even birds, yes, we said birds, can be lieutenants.
They kill everyone equally.
And if you're really lucky, you can be slowly summoned by a falconer.
It's gonna be a fun job.
Oh, I'll be summoned and I'm dead.
And so the enemy will enjoy each and every one of the birds, one by one.
By one.
I won.
Something I did notice this week is, first of all, there were a ton of spoilers that dropped for The Hobbit. Tons and tons of scenes that are being leaked from all sorts of places for the new Hobbit film.
Look, they
And
didn't tell us whether or not Schmog survived or got killed.
yeah, well, we'll see finally. Um, wow. Okay. Anyway, it does look like there were also a bunch of really good reviews. I have yet to see a bad review of the new film, which I cannot say the same around this time for the other two. So that's actually kind of surprising, and is really getting me excited for the third film.
On the subject of The Hobbit, actually, I found something kind of interesting about the game, or
Mhm.
Lego at least, is that they decided to make it after the first two were made, but the third one isn't done yet, obviously.
Yeah,
So the game itself stops at the same point as the movie.
yeah, that's really weird.
I don't know if they're going to make a Lego Battle of the Five Armies.
I'm
or if
guessing
they're
that
just gonna
they
leave
are,
it.
because the thing is, they have the third film. They've, like, for example, in Star Wars: The Clone Wars, where they had Lego Star Wars: The Clone Wars, where they had all those, all those battles there, and that's basically the whole story was just a bunch of battles, which is kind of true to the show. Um, and so I'm thinking that that's just what the next game is going to be, is just a game about battles.
Yeah, if it's not done in the same open world style, I can understand that. But it's kind of weird that they decided to just not wait until all three of them are done, like they did for obviously Lord of the
Yeah,
Rings.
that is kind of weird, but at the same time, I feel like that there's so much going on in the third Hobbit film that it's more than the first two, for sure. So, I
Yeah,
don't know.
I mean they managed to fit everything into, well, pretty much everything into Lord of the Rings.
That's true. But
I'm pretty sure
I
those
don't know.
three movies have more stuff in it. In terms of like
Probably,
raw
but they
screen
didn't
time.
have the technology at the time to do like several different Helm's Deep and Minas Tirith type battle things. Whereas now they seem to be doing like making a lot bigger deal when there's a big battle in Lego games. So that might have something to do with it, maybe. I don't know.
What they do? Implement an epic battle system?
Kind of. It's just that theirs is good.
Ooh.
Well, anything's better than epic battle, so I mean, it's not hard to be, you know.
Except for that LI system. And
This
the
is true.
second Hobbit film. Those two things are worse, but everything else.
Just saying that bar is not very high, so
No, it's really not.
Personally, I think we'd be getting in trouble if it weren't for the fact that they're all coming from the south.
Yeah, we're getting unlucky with the directions for the most
And
part.
then we get one.
Yeah. Until Theros talks about it. Yeesh.
Yeah.
Pineleaf
Well,
jinxed it.
I didn't choose this skirmish.
No, but it was chosen before the show because people were tired of doing the same other ones, so
I'm sorry, but we kept
I've
doing the
tried to
same
doing
two
this
ones
once.
over and over again.
I know a Theros.
Anything but this one. I'd rather do Icy Crevasse, for God's sake.
We can arrange that.
Sure we can.
We can arrange that.
I'd rather die than be bored.
Well, that has been proven many times on this show at Theros.
Yeah, fair point. Learned anything, it's that. Oh, that's north.
Oh, we actually managed to have all three gatekeepers survive. Wow, that's
Of course we did, Pineleaf. We're a good team when we have a decent sized group.
And like
And,
several
you know,
level 100s.
Yeah. In under level.
Yeah, but that hasn't helped us in previous weeks.
As long as the mechanics aren't any more complicated than go here and kill stuff, we're good.
Pretty much.
Oh, okay.
So this boss fight's a little challenging in a raid because of the
Aren't there,
sheer
like, two
number of
drakes?
drakes.
Yeah, 2 drakes.
They don't even name them differently from what I remember.
There's like Drake 1, Drake 2.
They have the same name,
Just Drake.
which is like cruel, to be honest.
That guy.
They're twins, and they got named the same by their parents. That way, they don't have to get them confused.
In
Uh,
ancient Rome, they would name their children, like, a name and then not that name.
Spryjar, are you feeling okay? I think you have a case of Pinopedia.
No, I try to educate you people. and
You
doesn't
people,
work.
what's that supposed to mean? What would the birds think if you said you people to them? Hmm?
Careful with those law bombs, you might get some collateral damage.
More like co-literal.
Go.
Get it?
I actually don't get it, but that's not new.
Like literal because it's lore.
Don't
and
don't bother, Sith.
books.
It's a Tharos.
I hate that guy.
Oh, thanks.
That reminded me of the
It's good
Robin
to know
Hood
you're
Men in
honest
Tights
about your
scene.
views.
I hate that guy. Feel like that's what the Kegmaster is. I'm not sure.
Oh, you were talking about the Kegmaster. That's
Yeah, I
right.
wasn't talking about any of you. I was just talking about because a bomb went off, and then I was like, oh,
he does get to be a little on the annoying side.
yeah.
If Pinely finds him annoying, that means he's one of the worst enemies in LOTRO.
Still not the Falconer.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, yeah, it was hard to beat the Falconer for sheer annoyance.
I still can't believe they haven't updated him.
Okay, we also have an Emissary of War up here.
Okay.
I mean, at least code it to where there's always a Falcon out, so that you don't have to wait for him to summon. At the very least.
Or just code him so that he dies immediately after spawning.
Or just take him out entirely.
Well, actually, I think it would have been better if, whenever there's a Falcon out, he gets a buff that makes he gets a buff that makes him
Much
know,
harder
add
to kill,
to
but you
make him
still
a
do
viable
some
boss,
damage.
I just want him to die.
Oh,
I think it'd be better if, since he's Wretched Falconer, if the Falcons actually attacked him, and we just kind
You have
of,
to
Did
you
protect
know,
one
the
of the shields.
Falcons.
he just kind of
Oh.
helped.
oh, we have Mr. Leadfoot up here.
And so the Falcons attacking him just get him enraged, and he does like all this crazy DPS.
Hello, Mr. Leadfoot. Pretty sure you get some sort of sickness from that.
What?
Okay.
Apparently, that's what trolls sound like.
That's what the lead trolls sound like. They're really sick.
I didn't know
Alright.
that lead could go from your foot to your lungs.
So how are we going to handle the Drakes?
Kill
Randomly,
them until
like-
they're dead.
Kill them till they're dead.
Finally, if you're a target assist, and you know, there's a chat channel for you to speak to the whole group. So I mean, you're the skirmish expert. We can only do so much.
Alright.
Hey, there are
Yeah.
2 drakes.
And they're both Nethgarth. Gark, whatever.
Other Nethgarch is down here.
Yeah, it can stay down there.
Other Nethgard.
It's happy down there. We're killing the main boss, keeping Matthew alive.
Not exactly hugely difficult.
Keeping Matthew alive can actually be pretty hard in this raid if things go the wrong way.
I guess if he weren't grossly over-leveled, yeah.
I've seen several pugs where he's died.
Victory achieved. You gain 3,000 souls.
Souls?
Okay.
What did you say?
This isn't Dark Souls.
I was hoping someone would get the reference at least.
Is there nothing to loot?
There, you loot the dwarf guy.
Alright. Well, this week we did not receive any Patreon donations, but we would love your guys' support. To help support LOTRO players, simply go to the donations page, where you can support the Players Alliance on Patreon. There you can find rewards including a mention on the podcast of your choice, or even guest for an episode on LOTRO Players News or this show, Adventures. And you can contact us by emailing us at podcast@lotroplayers.com and specify that it is for adventures in the subject line. And you can follow us on Twitter, the Players Alliance at Players Ally, LOTRO Players at LOTRO Players, Andang at PVMP_Andang, Sithrith at Sithrith, Draculetta at Draculetta_70 dose. Don't forget the dose. Athelros at Athelros. Mystery at Mystery XOX. That's an I, not a Y. I don't know why. Pineleaf at Pineleaf Needles. And of course, there are the Players Alliance live shows. Mondays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, DDO Players News. And Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, Guild Wars Players News. And Saturdays, also at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, because all these are at that time, there's LOTRO Players News. And you can join us for our live shows at lotroplayers.com/live. And you can also join us on Landerville for LOTRO Players Adventures each and every Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Be sure to send a tell to Staffdang with 1F, and we will get you added to the group. And thank you everyone who joined this week. It was nice to have a bigger group this week. And so, thank you all for watching this video, and we'll see you again next week for more adventures as we try to go through some level 73 skirmishes, hopefully being able to get to some of the Isengard group stuff in 2 weeks. So, till then, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you again real soon for more adventures.